Hello, Gemini. Thank you for being so patient. I know that I normally do your readings on Wednesdays, but Cancer kind of elbowed the way ahead of you there. So thank you for being patient. And we're going to have a Thursday reading for you this week. The reading's timeless when it finds you. It's your reading at that time. It's a general reading, not a personal reading. I don't know your personal situation. So sometimes it may feel like I'm talking directly to you. It's just the way the messages are coming out. I'm not trying to offend you in any sort of way or anything like that. So just take what the messages that feel like they are for you, and anything that doesn't feel like it's for you, or anything that you think, oh, that's not right, just leave that. It could just be a message for somebody else. I'm not trying to offend anybody here. I do sometimes get a bit sharp tongued. Yeah, gender's very fluid on the tarot, so there may be a man or a woman on the cards, but just know that it's more about the character and the story of what's happening to that person. So if you identify one way and think that's my story, you can switch that around. It doesn't have to be, a man or a woman. There's something about dogs with your reading. I have already recorded you some readings earlier in the week. I had a part 1 and a part 2, and it felt like there was a very strong message coming in the part 1 reading, and I'm not going to go too much into that, and I'll explain why in a minute, but dogs could be very, very significant. The dog card fell out of this deck when I was shuffling in this other reading, and I put it back in. I didn't think too much of it. I just kind of noted, oh, the dog card came out, carried on shuffling, put that deck away, got another deck out, and a card with a dog on fell out of that deck. And I was like, that's a bit strange. So as I was shuffling this deck, I actually asked, I said, if the dogs are important, give me the 6 of Cups, because there's a dog on the 6 of Cups in this deck. And they didn't give me the 6 of Cups. They gave me the King of Pentacles, which has a dog on it in that deck. So I was like, right, okay, so it is about the dogs, but they were like, I don't know. It was like it was a little joke on me, like, oh, here's another one. So yeah, there's definitely something about dogs. And when I started this reading, I kind of mucked up the introduction. I spoke too much. So I restarted the reading. But on the first, I can't get my words out. What is going on with your reading at the moment, Gemini? When I started recording, there was a dog barking, and I was like, there's definitely something to do with dogs with Gemini at the moment. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who is a bit of a dog, or if maybe you're just getting a pet dog, or there's something going on with a dog with you at the moment. I don't know, but dogs coming through very strongly for you. I'm getting something about like the tables have turned, the joke's on you, somebody has cards up their sleeve. I'm getting advice for you that, as I say, I have done some readings for you. Now, they felt very, very personal to me. They didn't feel like they were a general Gemini reading. They felt like they were hey, Cinderella, listen up. This is a big message for you. So I decided not to post those. But with that, I'm getting a message for you that you need to be in that kind of high priestess energy where you know things, but you're keeping your lips zipped. It's like, Gemini, you're going to get some information, possibly in this reading, because I'm asking for the truth in your reading. You could get some information, and it's for you. It's not meant to be shared. Now, I know it's a general reading. I know it's a public reading, but it's like there's going to be something in there for you that is going to be significant, and you shouldn't let on what it is. Almost like, keep the cards up your sleeves. It's a really funny message that's coming through, but because what I'm intending in this reading is for your truth to come out, or not your truth, it's like somebody that you're dealing with, there's going to be a truth coming out. You want the truth. I'm seeing a lot of Queen of Swords energy for you, drawing boundaries, being very clear thinking. Try not to get stuck in your own head, because I was getting messages like removing blindfolds, veils lifted, seeing clearly, and they were showing me images of like the 8 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. Now, if you know the images of those cards in the tarot, they normally have people who are blindfolded. They're showing me the Justice card as well now, with the blindfold. So normally the meaning of those cards is you have to use your intuition. Again, high priestess energy. So it's like you're using your intuition, or it's time to use your intuition, your feelings. Trust your feelings on something, because you don't have all the facts, and that Gemini brain of yours is scrambling. It's like tying itself in knots, trying to figure something out. And the more you think about it, the more confused you get, because you're trying to kind of plug in those gaps. They're showing me a circuit board, or like an old-fashioned, telephone, what they called, an operator, telephone operators, where they put the plugs in different things. So it's like your wires in your brain are getting scrambled trying to figure something out because you don't have the facts. So it's like either this person or this situation, you're going to say, I'm drawing a boundary here, I'm not dealing with you anymore unless you give me the facts. And you're being told to get out of your own head and trust your emotions in this situation. So I'm also getting, tables have turned, jokes on you. Like I started a joke, that song, I started a joke that started the whole world crying. Hit me with your best shot as well. So Birds of Prey could be something for you, the Harley Quinn movie. So the song that randomised for your reading was Dead by Madison Beer. No more showing up when you're not sober. I keep giving you shots, but you keep drinking them all. So I don't know if there's somebody around you who's drinking too much. Be careful what you say. Say only what you mean. So it's like you're saying, like, right, we're going to sit down. We get like cards on the table here. I'm giving you your last shot. You tell me exactly what you mean. Don't play games. Or I'm distancing myself from you, is how it feels like. It's like I think you feel like somebody's using you, perhaps. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It can be a colleague, it can be a family member, it can be a friend, but it's like you're tired of playing games and you just want clarity now, because I think you're getting stuck in your own head. You also got Better by Khalid, and now the storyline for that song, the Genius lyrics, it says, it just feels so right in the moment. So I don't know if this is like a friend that you kind of, a friend that when they're drunk, they text you and say, hey, what you doing? And you just kind of like in the moment, like hook up with this person, and you're starting to think they're not interested in taking it further. They're only interested in me when they've had a drink. And then they say they want to be friends. So it's like, I think you're just getting confused. And I think this person's, whether they're intentionally doing it or they're just trying to figure things out. It feels like you're being strung along a little bit. So yeah, I think you may say, you've got one shot here. It's giving me One Shot by Eminem now. You've got one shot, right? Tell me what you mean. Say it right. Any messing me around, any confusion, and I'm out of here, because I'm a Gemini. Listen, I can't, Gemini, if you've got a Gemini brain, you probably confuse yourself. You don't need anyone else throwing in other confusing things into that brain of yours. So let's start to pull you some cards. I'm just going to pause for a second and put some hand moisturizer on. I've been at work today, my hands are a bit dry. 1 second. All right, I'm back. So I'm going to try and pull the cards and then explain what they mean afterwards, just to kind of save you a bit of time. I am getting a message though, something to do with like, instead of being in the moment, you're starting to look at things from a higher perspective, where you're seeing things from start to finish. So instead of being like, oh, this is what happened last weekend, you're starting to think, well, what's happened over the last year? What's happened over the last couple of years? Where actually that higher perspective, is allowing you to see the patterns of behavior in someone, and you actually seeing that perhaps that things don't change. You just keep repeating a certain cycle, especially if it's something to do with alcohol. I feel like there could be something there for somebody. Right, okay, let's go then. You've got the polar bear and the orca song lines, and what's that? Ancestors and song lines. And the butterfly there for you as well, the soul. You could be learning soul lessons. This could be something to do with like, could be inherited behavior from your ancestors. It could be, It could be, if you believe in reincarnation and karma that's carried across lifetimes, you could be dealing with something even as big as that, which explains that kind of bigger perspective, right? Polar bears talk to me of, they can mean a businessman or a businesswoman or a business person, but they normally mean to me somebody who endures, somebody who perseveres, somebody who's built for the cold, a bit like Elsa. They're showing me Elsa. They kind of that Nine of Wands energy, if you're familiar with the tarot meanings, of somebody who's a bit of a wounded warrior. They've been dealing with something for quite a long time, and feeling a bit battle worn, but they're hardy. They've got that perseverance to keep going. Kind of quite goal orientated. They have something. Their mind's set on something. So I'm just going to read from the books quickly and see what they say. You are the carrier of a bloodline that stretches back for millennia, yet you are uniquely your own self. Take the positive from your ancestry and observe and note the negative. Family dysfunction stops here. Honour those in your family who honour you. It is a positive and natural action to individuate from our family on our own terms. Okay, so taking the good from, so if you look at your family history, your parents, your culture, your traditions, the things that you've grown up with, right? What works for you? What do you want to pass on to your own children? What do you see as positive? You can take that forward. A couple of other signs have had a similar message as well, where it's like, maybe some things don't fit anymore. Maybe society's changed. Maybe you have a different circle of acquaintances or friends. And those values that you kind of grew up with perhaps don't quite fit anymore. So it's okay for you to modify your ancestry, not literally your ancestry, but those inherited values, those inherited belief systems. You don't have to completely, ball it all up and throw it out the window. Of course, if you want to do that, you can do that. But I think it's asking you to spend a bit of time assessing who you are as a person, your unique soul. It's funny, you've got the soul card here, which has a butterfly on it, and the butterfly talks about transformation, a painful transformation, but a beautiful one. So I feel like you are going to be more individual. The butterfly is your an animal that is associated with Gemini energy because of that change, and because the social butterfly. So Gemini, you are associated with butterflies, and I think you are working out who you are and working out which of those values fit with you and which of those values you find unacceptable. And I think you're going to draw very clear boundaries. So for example, it could be many different things. I'm just going to give you one example. It could be that you come from a family who really like eating meat. Maybe you come from a certain culture where like it could be like barbecues or just a very meat-based diet, and you are thinking, I want to be vegan. You could face some criticism, some ridicule even from your family, when they say, why do you want to do that? That's, they don't understand that it's not because it's not their story, it's not their journey, it's not their knowledge, it's your knowledge. And if it feels right to you, then you can do that. You don't have to eat meat because your family ate meat, right? And there may be lines that you need to draw in terms of, like, if you're invited to a barbecue, you say, I will come to the barbecue, but nobody's to try and force me to eat certain foods. I'm happy to either bring my own food. You can provide vegan options for me, or I'll bring my own food and I'll come to the barbecue. I'll just eat my own food. But if anyone starts to force meat on me, or really start to get aggressive with their opinions, I'm going to just walk out and leave. So you can draw those boundaries. It doesn't mean you have to completely leave your family, or anything like that, but you can say, look, this is what I believe in, this is who I am. You either accept me or I'm not spending time with you. Could be something like that for somebody. All right, 30, Orca. You are walking in the bloodlines. See, they're both about bloodlines. You are walking in the bloodlines of your ancestors. This card, look, this card says ancestors and talks about bloodlines. And then this card says you're walking in the bloodlines of your ancestors. They're not all about ancestry, guys. Maybe some of you have been on ancestry.com or something. But you are an individual who makes your own destiny. Seek better communication with family, nourish yourself, and exercise extreme self-care. Share your skills with others. I'm not kidding. I'm actually going to show you. You saw those cards come out, right? So here you go. So you can pause that and read it if you don't believe me. They both say bloodlines. They both talk about your ancestors, you know, where you came from. So... And here you go, here's the polar bear. Okay. So what else do we have here? So the transformation of the soul then. To experience our full selves, we often go through a difficult period of transformation and growth. Trust what you feel. I said that, didn't I, with the blindfold? Look, and it's almost like she's been wearing a blindfold and she's pushing it up, right? The veil is lifted. Because that's the point of those cards I was talking about, the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. Your thoughts create a blockage that keeps you stuck, so you have to feel your way through it. Trust what you feel. We all have stages to pass through in life, and not all are easy. Look ahead to where you wish to be, not where you have been. Self-trust and the trust of your partner are necessary for a positive relationship. So if you can't trust the people in your life, then that's not a very good basis for a relationship. So again, if it could be that you have somebody in your life who you're saying, look, I'm not playing games anymore, you know, I need to know where I stand. I need you to come clean here, and I need you to be open and honest with me. Otherwise I can't trust you, and if I can't trust you, we can't have a strong relationship. So there could be something like that for you, gems. So my hair's a bit scruffy. End of the work day for me. I wasn't expecting to work today. I got called in, so my plans have gone a little bit awry. Commitment. Yeah, you want commitment. It could be that you have been friends with somebody for a while, and you know you have felt that kind of chemistry, but you're like, look, if you don't want to lock this down, if you don't want this to be official, then I don't think I want to continue with it. You know, I've got to get on with my life, that kind of thing. Dragon's Lair. So I'm getting somebody may be 19, or 19 may be a significant number for you. For, you know, maybe like it's like your birthday, or maybe it's like something to do with like, I just kind of feel bad saying this, but maybe it's something to do like passwords, or yeah, I don't know, maybe something's happening for you on the 19th of the month. 19 could be significant. Dragon's Lair. You are always protected and divinely directed. You have a remarkable internal warning system that lets you know when things are out of alignment. You are about to enter dangerous territory, so tread carefully and be aware of your surroundings. The path you're on now is one that will challenge you to the core. That said, peril is also exciting and exhilarating, like the danger you feel before you enter a new relationship, knowing that you'll be changed forever. There's that change again. A life lived fully isn't lived only in safety. A new experience is calling to you, one that will test your courage. The choice is yours, but there is greater value in risk. There is greater value in risk-taking than remaining unchallenged. New territories are waiting to be discovered. So obviously be safe, you know, if you're going somewhere, if you're traveling, you know, look up safety guidelines for the country you're traveling to. You know, if you're a woman traveling alone, or a man traveling alone, anyone traveling alone, right? You know, look up safety tips, all these kind of things that you can do to help you. It's 19 minutes, guys. You can check the timestamp. It's 19 minutes. I knew that number was something. So yeah, there could be something, but the thing is, if you stagnate, if you say, I'm comfortable here, I know life's a bit boring, but I've got routine, I know where I stand. Sometimes that can cause stagnation in terms of soul growth. excuse me, and you have got that soul butterfly card there. So it could be saying that if you take sensible risks, if you step out of your comfort zone a little bit, then that actually challenges you. That makes you a stronger person. It creates, there's a reason why the polar bear is there. I always say that the polar bears, the wounded warriors, are the ones that become the emperors and the empresses, because they have so much life experience. It makes them very, very strong. So, but you can't get to be that strong if you don't go out on that journey. If you think about Elsa again, I don't know Frozen brilliantly well. I preferred Tangled. I'm going to use Tangled because I know that reference better. So, she was stuck in that tower. But when she took the risk to leave the tower, she gained so much experience and she became a very, very strong person. And she was able to stand up to the people who threatened her or kept her small. So, I feel like you're going to, through this test of endurance, you're going to grow stronger. I'm hearing test of faith. Okay, so emotionally for Gemini, please. What's going on emotionally for Gemini? What would you like me to communicate to Gemini? The Nine of Cups. Yeah, so this talks about finding happiness from within. I'm going to pull all your cards. I'm not going to kind of discuss them all too much. Queen of Cups, really nice. So you've got emotions in your emotions, which is where your emotions should be. Cups are emotion energy. Which way, please? Quite firmly. Cups. Look, cups, cups, cups. All cups in your emotions. So brilliant. Your emotions are doing what they're meant to be doing, okay? You've not got any swords here in your emotions. No blockages. There's the Justice card, though. Talking about the blindfold, there's normally a woman blindfolded on the Justice card, saying that, the law judges equally. The law is supposed to judge fairly. Obviously there's sometimes problems, but the intention is that, justice is blind. She doesn't care about race, gender, sexuality, age, all these kind of things. The law is the law is the law. So there's something to do with like equality there as well. I know that there's a discussion topic there that we could get into, but I'm talking about the ideal of the Justice card. So we've gone into Gemini's emotions there. All cups, all emotions in your emotions. Very positive cards as well. So your emotions are on track there. Your thoughts, voices are swords in this deck. So your thoughts are in your thoughts. Good. Doing well here, Gems. Ooh, emotions in your thoughts. I love that card though. I'll read that one to you. It's got such a lovely description. Strength, and there you go. There's the Strength card. I knew we'd see strength. And you've got the two knights. I love the knights in this deck. They're just really excited. They're really passionate. This is the Knight of Wands and this is the Knight of Cups. Fire and water, love and passion, and they're both taking action. They're both excited. They're really lovely descriptions of these two horses in this deck. It's a really, really nice deck to use. This is the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. So, but especially the knights tend to be kind of adolescent energy, young adult energy of going out, of experimenting, of having fun. The kings and queens are a bit more mature. They're more likely to settle down. So it doesn't necessarily talk about age, but the mood that somebody's in. So somebody may be like out to have a good time, out to get experience, which is brilliant. These two could have a brilliant time together. There could be fireworks. There could be a question about how long something's going to last. All right, I am seeing the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck there, though, so quite a good sign. So action space, please. Action space for Gems. Oh, being a bit secretive about your feelings, but you are showing us the Queen of Cups. A very High Priestess like Queen of Cups. And I was talking about how the High Priestess intuitively knows things because she's very connected to her feelings and the feelings of others. She's got that kind of sensitivity, emotional awareness, right? But there's this thing about not really speaking. The queens are normally expressive. They're mature though, they don't just blurt things out. They pick and choose what they say, and they express themselves very, very well. So this is talking about emotional expression in your action space, but being very balanced, not necessarily speaking. Here's that Knight of Cups again, showing up in your action space. And then what's the future energy, please? What else, please, in the action space for Gemini? Here is Strength and Three of Cups. Strength and Three of Cups, please, for Gemini. Oh, which way? Yeah, perseverance here at the end of the reading. But it could be marriage in the long term. The Hierophant card can mean marriage. Yeah, strength under that as well. Look, strength again. Two of Cups. Success. All right, things are high. And there's the High Priestess. This is the card that I kept on seeing. And Temperance, patience. Yeah, patience. And there's that King of Pentacles. Told you he had a dog. It's a waiting game for you. It's a test of patience. It's a waiting game. I think you're probably going to get the outcome you want, but I think you do have to draw those boundaries. So it could be that there's somebody in your life who, if it's a relationship reading for you, I'll give you different things that could be going on. Interesting, we've got the Hierophant and Justice, which can talk about literally like contracts, could be talking karmic contracts. We could be talking marriage license. You've got commitment there as well. Look at this, actually. Look. Look, you've got into the unknown as well, but stuck in the mud. Look. Sorry, I'm saying looking. I've not actually explained what I'm seeing here. So it's like, and there's the High Priestess again. Look, I'm telling you. Look at this. A High Priestess, and then the Hierophant there again. You're getting repeating cards. Look at all these repeating cards. I feel like somebody's doing some soul work with the Hermit card being there, and then Star as well, wish fulfillment. Somebody's working on themselves. They're working on their own dreams and wishes. They could be being quite quiet at the moment, going within, trying to figure out what they want. You've got quite a strong reading here, Gemini. So this is like this plane holding up for a hero in my head. Either what's happening here is somebody has been dealing with somebody who is in nice energy. So it could be, right, I'm going to give you different storylines. So the first storyline involves you and two potential love interests. This Knight of Cups, I feel, is breaking your heart. Showing up in a very romantic energy, very kind of like, I always think he's going to come in, reciting poetry, or, he's got his hat in his hand, he's respectful, he's the kind of Lancelot of the knights, he's the knight in shining armour, he's the romantic, he's the poet, the sweet soul, but he's a knight, he's not a king. So there is still a little bit of learning for this person to do. So I think, so you're showing up right here as a Queen of Cups. You've got the Queen of Cups twice. So you're more emotionally stable, more emotionally mature than this other person. It could be that this other person has been through a breakup. Sorry, I'm not explaining my stories very well. It could be that this person has broke your heart at some point. They're both showing up with a white horse as well, look. They're playing I'll never break your heart, I'll never make you cry, I'd rather die than live without. I'm sorry, I'm getting too much stuff and it's hard to explain what I'm getting. So It could be that somebody has been messing you around. This person who perhaps has been drinking a lot, showing up, knocking on the door when they've had a drink. You know, when it could be that this person, they lack courage but when they've had a drink, they feel a little bit more bold, which is why they're coming forward when they've had a drink. But they could actually then, you know, retreat a little bit. I think they're working on their own soul as well. You know, they're working on something. It could be that they've had a breakup. Now you're either getting sick of this person and saying, I'm going to wait for, you know, I'm going to. No, I feel like this one storyline. Sorry, I feel like this is the same person. Because it's very sweet energy. It's Piscean energy, but it doesn't have to be a Pisces. I really feel like whatever this is, it's taking you, excuse me, my tummy's rumbling, it's taking you a huge amount of strength to hold back. It's taking you a huge amount of strength to kind of draw those boundaries. But I think you know what you want, and I think you know you can have it with this person, but they've got something that they need to do. I keep getting drawn to this broken heart before they can come to you. But I think in the long term, if you maintain really good boundaries, if you say to this person, I want commitment, you know, I'm not messing around, I want commitment, I want I want a contract here, I want it, you know, I want it down on paper, I want marriage. If you stay strong, then I think you're going to get, you know, I think that you're going to have success here. So you're being told, be patient. There's a lot of patience here. The Hangman is patience. It can literally be the universe putting obstacles in your way. It's like the universe is saying you can't be together yet because this person's still growing. This person still has stuff to deal with. It could be that somebody's leaving a commitment, leaving a committed relationship. It's going to take a huge amount of strength. I just keep seeing the Strength card. But you're getting like this I know that I'm going into the underlying, but the underlying is telling me the reason why we're here. It's telling me the background story, right? So like all these cards about waiting, about patience. There's two people on the Strength card. There's the woman and there's the lion. So this is the normal depiction here. So I think that this is I think this is a Two of Cups relationship. I think you two are matching. I think you're equals. I think you work really well together. I think you can feel like chemistry. You know, what does he say, Khalid? It feels so right in the moment. But there could be other complications. Maybe somebody's father could be involved. So for some reason you are getting obstacles placed in your path by the universe. You are getting this hold up energy. You are getting this not quite yet. I always think it's like the Fool card, the person taking the leap of faith. But it's like the universe comes in at the last second and goes, whoop, not just yet. And she's like trying to jump into that new phase of her life. But the universe is like, going to keep you here a little while longer. So with this perseverance energy, it's like, it is like you have to be strong here. You have to, I'm sorry about that noise. But it's almost like that strength, that hold up, that patience energy. It's balancing out this water and fire energy, right? It's balancing out this firework energy between you, and it's tempering it into something that's more solid. It's something that, it's like, it's turning it into something that isn't just a flash in the pan. It's something that's going to last. It's basically the underlying story that I'm getting there. So you're in this energy of like, it's like you're facing the unknown. I'm sorry, I'm just going to shut the window. I don't even know what that is. So we're getting all this, Like you're making yourself happy. The Nine of Cups, she looks a little bit sinister, but the meaning of the Nine of Cups is like, yes, wish fulfillment is on the way. You could be wishing for something, manifesting something, bubbling up with emotion, right? But the Nine of Cups is like, make sure you're not codependent, make sure you're not needy, make sure you're strong and confident on your own. You have to find that inner happiness, that those inner resources that keep you going without needing this person in your life. So it's like this need to be strong and independent, and it's not saying that you can't have this person, it's saying that they want you to be in a strong position before you go forward. So you're working your way up into this high priestess energy. So you start with this gorgeous Nine of Wands energy, which is like the manifestation, Nine of Cups energy. And then emotionally, you're moving into Queen of Cups energy. So this is very, very emotionally stable. All cups up here, this is like in touch with your emotions, very emotionally aware, because you've done this process here. So this is in your thoughts, and you can see that she's actually deep in her emotions. She's bathing in her emotions. She's doing that deep emotional work, and what she's doing here with the four of voices being the Four of Swords, she's thinking things through. She's figuring out her emotions. She's, this could be spending a couple of days in bed, having a hot bath, having a bit of quiet time to kind of heal, and explore your emotions and think things through and kind of figure out where you stand. So you've done that. You've thought about your emotions, you've analyzed your emotions. So that's making you very mature, knowing exactly what you want, knowing what your wish fulfillment is, really kind of manifesting from an emotional space. So up here, this gorgeous balance that's coming in with your emotions is actually manifesting here in your actual tangible reality. So it's like this combined, the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Cups combined emotionally in your tangible reality is you showing up as you, perhaps meditating, perhaps using singing bowls, perhaps listening to music and meditating. You could just be like having a hot bath. I do this sometimes, because she's showing in water in both of these. So being in a bath, turning the lights off, playing some music, and really kind of allowing those emotions to play through, using your intuition, using your guidance, that emotional guidance system, being very, very moderate, being very patient, very much, where's that Temperance card gone? Very patient. It could be that your person's also doing this, figuring out how to balance out their emotions and the passions to create something that's like just like warm water, like it's not fire that can hurt you. It's not uncontrolled emotions. It's like a warm bath. You're creating a warm bath between you. It's just nice, right? It's just nice. So yeah, it could be doing yoga and things like this, meditation work. Maybe you're using those apps that help you to de-stress. You're showing us so strong. So you're moving from this into this Queen of Cups energy, which is showing up in your tangible reality, being really patient, being really like, do you know what? I like myself. I know where I stand. I'm good. I'm patient. Hello, spider. There is a spider that's come down from my ceiling, which is a good 2 meters higher than me. And it's right in front of my face. So I don't know if spiders are significant to you at all. All right, spider, you stay there if you want. I'm going to try not to. It's a little teeny tiny one. It's like, I want to show you, but I'm scared I'd hurt it. I like it. Hello, spider. It's like a teeny tiny money spider. Yeah, you're doing super well. So this is actually turning. You're not quite there yet. You've still got all this strength and patience energy. He's right next to me. Do you want to be my friend? Come on then. It's on my hand. So those of you that don't like spiders, look away now. I'll tell you when it's safe. Look, he's on my right hand. It's a money spider and he's running around in circles on my right hand. That is a really good sign. That's like money coming in, right? If a money spider runs across your hand. Okay, you can look again now. I'm just going to put it down on my carpet, sort of a little bit away from me. Come on, you don't have to live on me. Okay, interesting interruption there. I'm sorry those of you that don't like spiders and found that creepy. I like them. I just prefer them if they're on me, I like to know that they're on me, you know. So yeah, this, I feel like there's progression here, this emotional healing, emotional balance, figuring out where you stand emotionally, you know. And this is like not worrying about what anyone else is doing. This is like not worrying about what the people around you, what your person's doing. It's like, I know what my truth is, I know how I feel, I'm just going to sit in it. I'm good. I've come to terms with what I feel. You know, it's like I've accepted what I feel. It is what it is. Very emotionally mature. But then the combination of this patience and strength energy is, I think, taking you into High Priestess energy. Now, I was saying that the High Priestess, they are very intuitive. They just know things, right? Their emotional intelligence is so deep that they know things without knowing why they know them. You know, they don't have to think, they just know. So I was saying this thing about playing your cards close to your chest. The High Priestess knows things, but she doesn't speak. She only says what she needs to say, and everything else she just keeps to yourself. So you're being told, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Keep quiet. Stay emotionally balanced. You're getting super strong. I mean, if this isn't divine feminine energy, I don't know what is. So you may have strong Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer in your chart, but I think this is you really, really doing that emotional work, that strong shadow work. It's very, very, very strong. Very strong. Like, it could be that you're committed to yourself, right? It feels like you're ascending. It feels like you could have had a spiritual awakening, and you've done the work and you're getting really balanced with it. I feel like your person is as well, though, because you've also got the Hierophant twice now, along with these cards like the Hermit, you know, the Temperance card. So I feel like you could be mirroring someone here. It could be both sides of yourself, right? You know, you are yin yang, masculine, feminine. Gemini, that's who you are, the twins of the tarot. So if this isn't you, it's your person, but you could both be doing the same thing. So this is somebody who is gaining some more knowledge. They could be on some kind of course. They could be on some kind of they could be doing spiritual work, soul growth work, right? They could be studying religions, you know, trying to figure out which ones work for them, which ones don't. But it feels like somebody's really getting on to their highest path. And it feels like it's all because of this big tie-up that the universe has put in your path to protect you from heartbreak and to take this brilliant energy, this really, like, this is like wishes fulfilled here. This is so good. It's like taking this feels like the prince and the princess in a romantic fairy tale, in love, right? Just excited, like excited to be in the throes of new love, you know, the throes of new passion, you know, feeling hot for someone, feeling excited, you know, that this person's going to be around you, you know, this kind of gorgeous new romance energy. It feels like the universe is like possibly keeping you apart, which is heartbreaking. Like, it's like it feels, you know, but this is what you've been dealing with. This is what you've been dealing with. This is what you've been coming to terms with. I think both of you, because by keeping you apart, by keeping you separate, yeah, look at that. You definitely be mirroring. Oh, and then you've got the Empress as well, and then the Six of Wands again. So you've got the Six of Wands twice as well. Success is like success. You're going to have beaten the shadow side. You're going to have beaten the devil side, right? That devil element coming into high vibrational, divine feminine, divine masculine energy. Again, it doesn't matter who you are. I've got both here, and it could just be like the two sides of yourselves coming together, you know, to create the whole, to create the they. You could be getting help from friends. You could be celebrating something. You could be, there could be a network around you, a community around you that is really helping you through this. Again, this talks about friendship. Or just feeling like, it's really kind of like, well, I'm stuck here. So I'm not gonna let myself be in this heartbreak energy. I'm just gonna make the most of where I am. It feels like making the most of where you are because you're kind of tied up. Maybe you listen to Wham, I don't know. Yeah, so this is the only, oh, my tummy's rumbling. This is the only really negative card I'd say you've got in this reading. You've got a 3 here and a 3 here. It could be that, you know, one of you is tying up a previous relationship. But whatever this is, it's going somewhere really, really good. Really good. And if you're kept apart, at least this waiting period, at least this has got you both to do that shadow work. It's got you both into, I'm sorry about my rumbly tummy, it's getting near dinner time. It's getting you into, you know, you've got a match here. And if it's not this person, if this is some Knight of Cups, you know, says all the right things person that you've got on your mind here, if this person breaks your heart, it doesn't matter, because I feel like you're going to be so above it. You're going to be so above and beyond it. You're so emotionally stable. It's like nothing is going to rock you. You're going to take that heartbreak straight back into that Four of Voices energy, straight back into that Queen of Cups energy, straight back into this, and you're going to come out of it again like a High Priestess with you know, just another notch on your belt. You know, I survived another moment like that. You know, she's not going to be scared of the Dragon's Lair, is she? She's really not. I've made a right mess of your reading. You've got cards everywhere, but you've got like such... But you have to face the unknown. But again, the blindfolded, she's trusting her intuition. My nose is squeaky now. You've got a lot of major arcana in the underlying, which is why I was kind of digging into it so much. Whoops, hello. So yeah, very cool reading. I'm really glad I redid it, because like I say, I just felt like that other reading was a big message to me. I was like, okay, I'll just and sometimes it's a case of like, it comes through as a message for me, but it's like the messages are coming through in a way that I can relate to them in order to explain them to you, where that actually just felt like a big personal message. It was like, you know, everything you've experienced since you woke up that night with "I will survive" in your head. Like, well, here's the higher perspective on it. Yeah, I tell you, you're getting an increasingly emotional higher perspective on everything that's happening to you. It's like you're understanding all the lessons that you've been given, all the things that made you hurt. It's like, oh, they were lessons. And given that perspective, it could be, you know, given a space of time, you're understanding those lessons. I'm not sure what the the bloodlines and ancestors is. It could be, you often hear about, I mean, I'm not seeing the Six of Cups, but sometimes you hear tarot readers talking about, you know, cycles that have been repeated through different lifetimes, and then finally you break the cycle, you learn the lesson, you heal those ancestral wounds. So it could be something like that. It could be, oh my god, daughter romance, just as I'm about to say, it could be a Romeo and Juliet story, but at this time you survive, right? It could be that, you know, you've met in different lifetimes, and every single time, and that's why you've got this kind of like Two of Cups, strength, energy of this companionship that you feel between you, this excitement when you're around each other. But, you know, the heartbreak of being kept apart, the heartbreak of parents not approving, the heartbreak of situations causing obstacles in you know, it's like, why can't we just be together? It feels so good, why can't we just be together? You know, it's like, maybe if Romeo and Juliet had waited, maybe if they'd maybe if they you know, the nurse caught Juliet trying to escape, maybe if Romeo's the priest, Romeo's priest was like, is it Romeo's priest or is it Juliet's priest? Maybe the priest was like, I'm not just going to get you married just yet. You know, you're 14, Juliet, you're 14. Let's just wait until you're 18. And then if you still want to get married to him, you can get married to him then. It could be that those couple of years of wanting to be together, but learning how to handle those emotions and those passions, you know, brought them into a more mature energy where, you know, they You know, maybe they had the happily ever after, but I don't know, maybe it could be something like that. You know, the tragedy, the Othello, the Romeo and Juliet, um, the sad story is becoming a success story. You know, maybe you are opening the door to romance. You are breaking those traditional cycles, the rule books. You know, maybe you're going to convince the families, you know, to stop fighting. It could be the happily ever after that Romeo and Juliet never was for you, because the universe is like, right, finally we've kept them apart, finally they've learned the lessons. You know, it could be this is the first lifetime when you had the internet. You know, maybe you're further apart than you've ever been apart, you know, before physically, but you're connected through this new way of communicating. You know, it could be something like that. I like this reading. If you're here for career and you're like, what on earth is this? I'm so sorry. You got to love reading. New beginnings in love. Whether you're looking for a new relationship or just more love in the relationship you're in, this door with the heart opens onto a new beginning in your experience. A new love may be arriving, and you are being brought together by a strong, resonant connection. This may be a call for oh my God, you can't make this up, guys. This may be a call from a past life, or it may be a new tenderness about to bloom into heartfelt affection. This relationship already exists in the energetic potential, which I think you can feel. I think you can feel it, right? It's like so exciting. You just want to go to it. Feels so good. So why can't you have it, right? It's like you're asking the universe, why can't I have the success? If this is what it is, why isn't it here yet? I don't know. Because the universe knows best. The universe is like, look, do you want to come in like the, you know, it's great that you're feeling this, but we want to get you to this, right? We want to get you to this emotional balance before we're going to let you two come together. Because we want you to be emotionally mature to be able to handle this. You know, we want you to be, you know, queen and king of wands and cups here. This relationship already exists in the energetic potential. So when this card appears in your spread, make sure you are projecting the kind of self-loving energy, which you are. Like, that's how the reading started, self-love, that you want to receive from others. Be aware that the universe returns your self-caring treatment to you. Are you ready to open that door? Are you? So go on your spa day. Go on your spa day. Go and heal. Go and get emotionally balanced. Get yourself into that high priestess, all-knowing, totally emotionally stable, emotionally independent, emotionally knowing. You don't have to blurt everything out all the time. And once you're here, I feel like you're maybe slightly ahead. When you're here and you have the success, and your person also does that work, then you can go and run like wild horses and go and have that brilliant time, because you're going to have the emotional maturity to both be able to deal with it. All right, amazing reading. Loved it. I'm going to get you 2 more songs when I close out this reading. The second to last song on the list, which you can find in the description box down below, is going to be What You Need to Hear Right Now. The last song is going to be, what is it? It's going to be your advice from the universe. So if this reading is resonating for you, you're going to get something that you need to hear, and then your advice from the universe, as those 2 last songs on that list down below. So go and check those out. Yeah, but I think the main message, the really important thing here, is for you to get into that state where you don't need this person. When you don't need them, that's when the universe is going to let you have them, because you're strong, you're independent, you're stable, you're not emotionally needy. And it's the same message to your person. Get emotionally balanced, and then you can have your success. Until you do that work, you're just going to keep getting in this hang-up energy. But you both have to be doing it. So if you think you're there, if you think you've done it, you know, you've achieved this, which, to be honest, it's showing that you are. You know, it's like, I know how I feel. I know what my truth is. I'm going to wait until my person's ready. And then, you know, if they come towards me with a serious offer here, if they come towards me showing me that they're mature, that, you know, they're committed, that they really want this, they're not just here for a good time, you know, then you're going to have all that success. You're going to have the success. If you don't have those strong boundaries, if you let this person in too soon, if you're not strong, then I think you're gonna have a great time, but I don't think it's gonna last as long as you might be hoping it lasts. So yeah, strong boundaries. And even if you don't have strong boundaries, I think the universe is like keeping you apart until you're both strong. But I think I do have this sense of you keeping each other strong. It feels very positive. I didn't mean to do a love reading, but here we are. And if it's not love, it's just you getting both sides of yourself into balance, right? Emperor and Empress energy, High Priestess Hierophant energy. Very cool reading. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. I'm really glad that I did that reading for you. Yeah, you're doing really well. Okay, have faith in yourself. You're doing great. Do take care, guys. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.